Pomoly stove for like 70. Let's get it built and see what it's like. Right, so that's it pretty much built. I'm probably going to go around and spend another couple of minutes just tightening things up a little bit, getting everything a little bit taut, but as far as I can see, that's pretty much it. So let's go in for a closer look. Right, so let's go in for a little bit closer look. So I took a little bit of time pegging it out, pulling the pegs where I want. Obviously I've not pushed the pegs in all the way because this ground's hard and there's no need. 10-15 minutes to set it up at the very most. I think that's about it, which I think is pretty quick. I mean, I would put an extra guide rope on each one of these poles to help keep them taut, because just with one single rope on, I don't think they really cut it. So I've got my own guide ropes that I would put on for that. Front opens up absolutely beautifully. We'll go around the back or the front, I'm not sure which end it is, but you've got access in there. Also, it pulls away nicely from the inside as well to stop the condensation. This, I'm not quite sure if you can get that any tauter. I've kind of put the two of them in one peg. Probably be better with separate pegs really, but there's not enough pegs for it. Would that go more taut? I don't know. It's probably just going to be left loose. Around the back, as you can see, pegged out nicely. That pulls it in nice here. Pulls it away from where you're sleeping. If you're putting the sleeping bag up against the side, again helps with condensation. This one here is a bit of a myth. I can't seem to, if you pull this out at the bottom tight, it's still going to be flabby there, and there's not enough pegs, so I'm not quite sure which angle you kind of pull that in. I would probably peg it in, but I don't suppose it is kind of sufficient. You can pull those pegs a little bit out tighter if you wanted to, but all in all, yeah, really good. 10-15 minutes to set up. Seems to be spacious inside. You've got 3 ways of getting in and out. This front bit, obviously, let's get under here. This front bit folds down. So, and when it zips down as well, it zips down here, so there's a space along here of about a foot, I'd say, to put boots and stuff like that if you wanted to. This area here where I put my file, which was an absolute bargain off of AliExpress. Can't seem to get them as cheap as that anymore. I'll give 46 quid for that. I think now the cheapest you can get them for is about 65 at the very cheapest, you know. Anyway, this exit here, or entrance exit, I think would be good providing you're not cooking. I mean, you can put that up and it gives you a little bit of extra space in here, but ideally with the cooker in, it's not probably the best entrance to get in. Inside, very spacious. Yeah, I'm liking it so far. Seems alright, it seems big enough. It's not double lined or anything like that, it's a single line, so you're going to get condensation in here, but so far so good for the 70 Stover. Firstly, a little confession to make. It's not the first time. Sorry about this. It's not the first time I've set this tent up. I've actually set it up once before in Scotland. I went on a little trip with it with some friends and I used it for 2 nights and it was absolutely pouring it down. Torrential weather, really torrential. I mean, it's heavy as wind and rain as you could possibly get, and it held up really, really well. I will say there was a little bit of a leak on this little pouch in the back, but I think it was in the stitching. It leaked out. Excuse me. It leaked out through the stitching. This tent, I'm going to give it a good fat seal, so I'm going to probably heavily focus on this area around here to try and stop that leaking. But again, in the tent's defence, the rain was so bad. Hey! The rain was so bad. It was gonna. You know what I mean? I would have expected a leak somewhere on it. They're not meant for rain like that. It's as simple as that. We did get a little bit of condensation on this back sheet here. Again, I'd expect it from a tent. It's a single line tent. You're going to get condensation. So, all in all, it held up really, really well. I cooked on the stove really well with it. This entrance out the back wasn't ideal because I have my head here. It's a nice breathing port, but it wasn't ideal, especially in the wet weather. That entrance up there is not ideal because of obviously the log burner. This was alright, even when it's folded down you can still get in and out of it. And what I found really, really nice is if you're wild camping and you're on the edge of a river or you've got a view, you can set this tent up really, really nice to give yourself a nice panoramic view. You can get up in the morning, you can sit under the sheet, you can make yourself a coffee, some breakfast, or breakfast in there. I cooked on that stove in there, it worked perfect. Yeah, it just gives that really nice panoramic view that a lot of tents don't really give you. So, would I recommend it? Yes, after using it. I wouldn't have it as my only tent to use. I think there's other tents out there, better all-rounder tents. But if you're like me and you like tents, I think it's a very good tent to have in your arsenal, especially with the fact that it's a hot tent that you've got a stove in it. I mean, it's not needed in the summer, more of a novelty than anything else, but I think spring, autumn, having that fire in there just to warm the tent through before you go to bed, being able to cook on it if it's a bit of a rainy morning, I think is really, really handy. So yeah, all in all, would I recommend the Pomoly stove at 70? For the value, yes I would. It's definitely a tent I would have. Not my only tent, but it's definitely a tent I'd have in my arsenal, yeah. Works really, really well. Quick to set up, well made, good quality, plenty of anchoring points on it. It's a thumbs up from me.